Let's have a look on the term scalability. So first of all, what does it mean? Scalability means something is robust against growth. So, for example, your clothes are typically not scalable because you have one size, and if you grow up or if you become smaller, these clothes won't fit anymore. Let's have a look on other things. For example, our traffic in the cities with the cars. Nowadays we have roughly 50 to 60 million cars in our streets. So what would happen if we would have, for example, 100 million cars? Probably all the streets would be overcrowded and the traffic would slow down. Maybe it would even completely stop still. What would happen if we only have, let's say, 5 million cars? Then we could drive rather fast. We could probably never have a problem with finding a parking lot, but maybe some things like traffic lights and so on should be specified in a different way. However, there is a certain limit. We do not know exactly where it is, 80 million, 90 million, maybe 70 million. If we overcome these numbers, then the traffic wouldn't work anymore. Let's have a look at our lectures in the university. Typically, we run a lecture with, let's say, 100 or maybe 200 students in a class. What would happen if you go for 500? So we do not have a lecture hall of this size. So what we could do is either run the lecture twice or rent another lecture hall at the TH Aachen or something like that. But we would run into problems. What would happen if we go for, let's say, 5,000 students? A lecture hall wouldn't fit anymore. There's no such a lecture hall in Aachen. And even if we would find something, maybe the Tivoli, the football stadium, we can't do, let's say, communication like we can do with 100 students. So the flavor of the lecture would change. So lectures like we do right now might fit for 100, maybe a few hundred students, but not more. Now let's have a look on the internet. So what could be units to measure scalability? For example, it could be the number of attached computers. And if you have a look, then the internet with the architecture as we know it today started around in the 70s, which maybe 100 computers. Now we have several 10 billion devices connected to the internet, and it's still working. So from several hundred to several 10 billions, that's really a big scale. Same with the number of people. At the very beginning, it was just a few members of universities and some students. Now it is half of mankind. So 5 billion people are in the internet. And even if you look at the number of bits and bytes forwarded through the internet per day, then we started with just some kilobytes per day, and now we are in a range of terabytes per second. So again, a very, very big scale which we have run through in the past decades. So the internet is highly scalable.